A very big hello to my wonderful 10th champions out there. Let me see if I am audible or not. Okay. Okay, so I see a lot of champs talking in Japanese. You know what? I did my research and I came and I got to understand that sensei means teacher. So yes, thank you and konnichiwa to you too, even though I'm not pretty sure how does it work, but yes. So I'm so glad to see all of you over here. Say hi. Rohit says this class isn't for Japanese Board of Education. Okay, there's another term. I have not studied that. Kyodai. Anyways, so my dear children, a very, very good morning. I am here to teach you heredity and I am going to make sure that you get full marks in this particular chapter. As in, I can guarantee whatever questions come from this chapter, you will be able to attempt it. Okay. Hi Rohit. So we'll just quickly wait for some more time so that everyone else can join. By then, please send this link to all of your other friends as well so that they can also understand heredity well. VK1818 says hi. Okay, so Rohit says सुबह इतनी ठंड में पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं आज कर लेंगे and then we'll rock boats, right? And after that you can rest. So my dear children, I am here with the mind map series. So I'll tell you how it is going to work. Okay, first thing, are we ready to rock heredity? I hope we are. So my dear children, I have the mind map being prepared. You need not worry. The mind map is right here. You join our WhatsApp channel. Link is given in the description box and you'll get this mind map. Now, if you want to understand this mind map well, obviously you have to be with me. So what do I do is that I tell you a concept and then we solve a question. It will be like that. So it is going to be fun. It is going to be informative and I am going to guarantee you everything is going to be sorted up. Clear? If it is clear, can you give me a thumbs up? If it's clear, can you give me a thumbs up? Rohit is such a hard-working person, my God. Children. Bacha party, clear hai? Can I go ahead? Can I start off? I'm waiting for your thumbs up. Yes, thank you so much. Chalo. So my dear children, we all know there are two types of reproduction. From this point onwards, it should be all ears, okay? So there are two types of reproduction. One is sexual and the other one is asexual, right? In sexual, what is happening? Fusion of gametes is happening. That means a sperm as well as the egg is going to meet. Egg is going to meet. What do you call this process as? You call this process as fertilization. Now, sperm will contain all the chromosomes from the father's side, okay? And the egg will contain all the chromosomes from the mother's side. That means we are bringing in lots of different type of genetic information together. Now, when we bring genetic information together, what is going to happen? That two different type. There is going to be variation. There is going to be variation. So the child which is being born is a combination of both of them and obviously they will be having more amount of variation. On the other hand, if at all you talk about asexual reproduction, there is only one parent. There is only one parent. There is no fusion of gametes. Fusion of gametes is not there. Whatever is there in this particular parent, it is being directly transferred to the progeny. So for example, a cell is there, the cell divides into two, such as an amoeba, right? In amoeba, they just do binary fission. Now it is two. Whatever is over here, it will be the same over here as well. That means there will be obviously less amount of variation. So if at all you get a question, in which type of reproduction you have more variations, more chances of variation, it will be obviously sexual reproduction. Why? Because two type of gametes are fusing. In here, in asexual reproduction, there will be very less amount of variation in compared to this. Don't never write this thing that there is no variation up over here. There will be variation. I'll tell you why. So basically, hi Rinku and hi RM Public. Thank you so much for replying and thank you so much for being here. Yeah, that's why inbreeding is dangerous. Now listen to me. How variation happens in asexual reproduction? Now that is also a question. Ma'am, only one parent is involved. How variation will happen? So basically, this is an amoeba, or think that you are an amoeba. Now when you are going to divide, obviously you are going to make sure that the genetic material which is there, it has to be replicated. It has to be duplicated. Otherwise, what will you give to Chunu and Munnu? You have to give something to Chunu and Munnu equally, right? That is the genetic material. This genetic material, my dear children, which is there, that is the DNA, RNA, whatever is there, it has to get replicated. It has to get replicated. When I make double copies, then I can give it to Chunu and Munnu, right? But during this replication process, there are chances that some errors can happen. Some errors can happen. Arey, you all do errors, I do error. Even DNA also can do errors, my dear children. And these errors which are there are passed down to the children. And which is why even the daughter Amime can have a slight amount of variation. So always remember, here it is less amount of variation. Yes, and what do you exactly call this? Rohita said it, it is known as mutations. You call these errors as what? Mutations. Now I have a question for you. Hi Kusum, hi. So I have a question for you. Dear, in sexual reproduction, do you think DNA mutation can happen? Or is it just asexual reproduction where DNA mutation is going to happen? Is it just asexual reproduction where DNA mutation happens, or it is this? Hi Kusum. So Rohit says, ma'am, do Chunu Munnu's mothers die after giving them birth? So yes, that happens in asexual, not die, basically they live forever. Why? Because in the asexual reproduction, one cell divides into two. So whatever was there in the cell, it is giving to the daughter cells out there. And it is being going. So they live for a very long time. You can remember like that. So over here, I asked a question that do you think mutation can happen over here also? Yes, mutation can happen everywhere. Wherever your DNA is getting replicated, mutation will be happening. So in human beings, while I'm talking right now, mutation is happening in my body. But you know what? Our body had good sensors. So they sense the mutations and they check it up. They make it fine. When we are not able, when our body is not able to check these mutations properly, that's when we get diseases such as cancer, this and that. You get it? So in total, in this particular session or in this particular slide, we studied there are two reproduction methods. One is sexual, other one is asexual. In sexual, you have fusion of gametes. That means two different parents. Now, if two different parents are involved, what will happen? Obviously, the variation would be more. Whereas in asexual reproduction, only one parent is there. There is no fusion of gametes. So what will happen? Less amount of variation will be there. And if variation is less, okay, there is one more very important thing. If variation is less, chances of survival will be less. I'll tell you why. And then we will quickly move on to the question, okay? So look over here. Suppose a bacteria divided. You have two bacteria now, okay? This one has the mutation. This one has the mutation. This one is totally normal. So I'll write normal, and this is what? The mutated one. Now, my dear children, because of this particular mutation, the bacteria is able to survive at high temperature. The bacteria is able to survive at high temperature because this mutation has taken place. Now, it was all cool, they were all living. One day what happened? All of a sudden, a heat wave came. A heat wave came and it was very strong. The temperature was so high. Now, who do you think will survive? A will survive or B will survive? A will survive or B will survive when this heat wave came? Remember, A is temperature resistant. Who is going to survive then? Hi, Ryder. A survives or B? Comment down right now. Bacha party, if at all you are able to crack this in, my dear children, if at all you listen to this particular session carefully, you participate 100%, I am telling you 100% you will get full on full in heredity chapter. So Rohit is saying A is going to survive. Anyone else? So I have Ryder, I have Kusum, and I have Rinku, everyone, VK. Children, what do you think? Who will survive? A bacteria was there, had mutation. Okay, one mutation allowed this particular bacteria to survive in high temperature. Here there was no mutation, the gene is totally normal. Suddenly a heat wave came. Which bacteria out of them is going to survive? A or B? This can be a question. A or B? So we have always studied that DNA mutation is bad, but I want to tell you, sometimes mutations can be good as well. Hi Sonu. So my dear children, over here, so only one person said, Rohit only said, gave me the answer. I am literally very, very sad. What about others? Children, come on. So he said A is going to survive, and he is correct over here. A is going to survive. Why is A able to survive? Because it had some mutations over here, some changes happening over here. There were some variations that took place. Some variations can be good, like this. Some variation can be bad as well. For example, suppose it had some variation to not survive. Okay, it has some other variation, it won't be able to survive. Now, out of them, since this guy had the variation, this guy can further divide itself and continue the legacy. Anyway, B is going to die in this heat wave. Why? Because, my dear children, B does not have the mutations. So always remember, if at all the question comes, is variation good or bad? My dear children, it can be good or it can be bad. Some variations allow organisms to survive, and because of variations, my dear children, from monkeys we have become to human beings. Okay? So hi Shubham, hi out there. Good morning, very good morning. So in my pre-board there was a tricky question of heredity which only a few questions in my class were able to solve that, including me. Oh, that's so nice. Now my dear children, there is a question that I want to show you, and tell me who can give me the answer for this question. This is question number 1. Question number 1 now. Everyone who heard me correctly can give me the answer for this. Okay? Shubham, I hope you're ready, Baba. Sonu also. From where did the differences in the appearance of moths likely arise? So suppose, my dear children, you had 2 moths. Okay, you had 2 different moths. One moth was able to survive, one moth was not able to survive. They are asking you, how did the moth have differences between them? Moths change their body color by choice to survive. The environment directly changed the genes of the moth. Random genetic changes and mixing of genes during reproduction caused the differences. Moths were deliberately bred to look different. What is your answer for this question? What is the answer for this question? Kusum says, ma'am, help me. In my pre-board, I just got 92%. First of all, 92% is absolutely great. But yes, we will be working together to score 100 on 100. Okay, so say hi, Rohit says 3. Kusum also is here saying the answer is 3. Okay, there were 2 moths. They are asking you why moths have differences between them. And 2 people out of all of you said the answer is 3. Is there anyone to challenge them? Listen, my dear children, if at all you are not participating, what is going to happen? You will never know whether you are getting things right or wrong. Okay, so participate karo 100%. So differences comes not because the moth changed their body color by choice. Can we change our body color? No. The same thing goes for moth also. They cannot also change their body color. Now, environment directly change the genes of the moth. Can environment change our DNA? No. Random genetic changes and mixing of genes during reproduction cause the differences. So random genetic changes can happen. You call this as mutation. Okay, that can happen. And mixing of genes during reproduction, that can also happen. Male and female genes can come together, which is why you get what? Differences. So this would be correct. Moths were deliberately bred to look different. Arey Baba, this is not at all possible. So your answer for this question would be what? This. 3. Evolution part is deleted from this chapter. Yes, but over here, more than evolution, they are been asking about variation. So if at all you do not know about variations, if at all you do not know about what you call mutations, you will not be able to answer. So say hi Rohit as well as Kusum were absolutely correct when they said the answer is 3. Are we ready to go ahead with the next, the next topic, my dear children? Ready for the next topic? So this is how we are going to solve questions and do the topics simultaneously. If you are ready, can you give me a thumbs up? Chalo bachcha party, thumbs up do jaldi se. Come on, come on, come on. Evolution part deleted from this chapter. Lots of controversy happened to that time. Yes, exactly. But it's okay. If at all you are taking a science stream, probably you will be seeing that again in 12th grade. So Kusum says, yes, ma'am. Okay. So Kusum, thank you so much. Okay. So my dear children, when you are energetic, I am energetic. When you are low, I am also alternatively low. Yes. Say hi also, Rohit also gave me a thumbs up. Chalo. Listen, the next is basics of human genome. So where are our genes located? My dear children, genes are located on the chromosomes. How many chromosomes does human being have? We have 46 number of chromosomes. Remember how many? 46 number of chromosomes. And Gametes only have 23 chromosomes. That means what? For example, I have a normal cell in my body. This is a normal cell, a blood cell or anything. This normal cell will be having 46 number of chromosomes. But when you talk about sperm or when you talk about egg, both of them, my dear children, they have only half of the number of chromosomes, that is 23. Okay, Taina also gave me a thumbs up. Thank you so much, my dear children. इतनी ठंडी में थम्स अप, अरे कर लो, यहाँ पे क्लिक ही तो करना है. ओके मैम, आई एम कुसुमा. ओ आई एम सो सॉरी. ओके, so yes, so my dear children, what do you call these cells as? When a cell has 46 number of chromosomes, you call this as diploid. क्या बोलते हैं? Diploid माने 2n, double number of chromosome है. Here they have only half of it, and what do you call it? You call it haploid, and haploid is given by n. Half of 2n is what? N. My dear children, why do you think the sperm and the egg have only 23 number of chromosomes? Because you need to understand that if sperm had 46, ठीक है, and egg also has 46, 46 plus 46 क्या बन जाएगा? It will be 92 number of chromosomes in the zygote, and this is तो ooh la la, we do not want 92 number of chromosomes. Our normal number of chromosomes is what? 46, which is why the sperm and the egg, my dear children, they undergo a division. They undergo a division. You call this division as meiosis. You call this division as meiosis. Another very important question. Okay, another very important question. They undergo meiosis. You call it reductional division. That means they are going to reduce the number of chromosomes. 23 plus 23 क्या हो जाएगा? It will be 46. अरे, why is not working? Just a second. It will be now 46 number of chromosomes in the zygote, and everything is totally fine. So what you need to remember from this slide is, usually we have 46, but in the gametes it is 23. Why 23? Because of meiosis. What is meiosis? It's a reductional division, happens only with gametes. Okay? Happens only with gametes. None of the other cells will undergo meiosis, my dear children. So 23 यहाँ से मिला अपन को 46. Now, there are 3 questions that you might have in this particular chapter for me, and I am going to solve those 3 questions. Listen to me carefully. First question would be, ma'am, where are the genes located? So where are the genes located, my dear children? If at all you see this diagram, you can be seeing that it's a chromosome. On the chromosome, my dear children, this thing that you clearly see is what? Gene. Is what? A gene. Now genes which are there, they are just segment of DNA. Always remember, they are just segment of DNA. Now this DNA which is there, it is going to code for a protein. This is going to code for a protein. Now this protein, my dear children, can be an enzyme, can be a hormone, can help in conversion from A to B, can help in conversion from B to C. It can do any function, but everything is handled by the protein, which is coded by the gene present on our chromosomes. You get it? अब यहाँ पे इस जीन में अगर कुछ म्यूटेशन हो तो क्या हुआ? ये प्रोटीन भी नहीं बनेगा अच्छे से. If this protein is not made nicely, what will happen? Our body will also have some problem. You get it? Meiosis and mitosis 9th में भी थी. Exactly. You are correct. ठीक है? तो over here we have genes on the chromosomes. Genes codes for proteins, and proteins, my dear children, can be coming in different forms. Remember it, question comes. एक होता है enzymes. ठीक है? Proteins which are there, it can be in the form of enzymes. Enzymes are nothing but proteins only. It can be sometimes hormones also. So they are all proteins. Fine. Now, my dear children, listen to me carefully. Okay? The thing is, the genes which are there, suppose I get 1 chromosome from the father and 1 chromosome from the mother. At the same location, my dear children, I will be having the genes for the same character. And now, the genes over here can be similar. For example, यहाँ पे एक gene है capital T. What does this capital T code for? Capital T code for producing a protein which makes us very tall. And यहाँ पे भी एक gene है capital T. Same. Okay. You call this condition as homozygous condition. Homozygous condition माने capital T. Same type के alleles होते हैं. तो ये जो चीज है, Okay, the genes, the different type of genes which are out there, you call them as alleles. You will get to know it better if at all I give you another thing. For example, from father you got capital T, but from mother you have got another gene which is small t. Same location mein hai, but it is what? Small t. Both of them are coding for the same character, that is height. One is making sure that we are tall and one is making sure that we are what? Dwarf. So these two different type of genes, what do you call them as? The different varieties of genes, you will call them as alleles. What do you call them as? Alleles. They are alternative forms or variants of a gene. Samjhi? And in this condition, my dear children, if at all you see, one is capital T, another is small t. You call this condition as heterozygous. Why do you call this heterozygous? Because the alleles are not same, they are different. Over here it was capital T, you call it homozygous condition. Now suppose from here, from the father's side, also it is small t. From father's side also it is small t. Then small t plus small t. Okay, ye hai homozygous small t, small t. I hope you got it. Hi Nitya. Hello. Fine. So this is about the gene. Now, always remember the genes which are there. The genes which are there, one is going to be dominant and other is going to be recessive. Suppose I have capital T and I have small t. Which of them do you think will be dominant? It will be obviously capital T. That means this particular gene which is there is producing more protein. And because it is producing more protein, what is happening? It is able to show its effect. Whereas the other one is a recessive gene. It is not able to show its effect because the protein which is being produced probably could be less. So here it is dominant. Dominant ones are always mentioned in capital letters and recessive ones are always mentioned in small letters. Okay? Yeah, dominant trait, exactly. Ma'am, my mom very tall but I am short. Ma'am, my mom and father both are tall but I am short. I'll tell you how or why probably this could have happened. Okay? Nitya, ma'am, aap bahut acha padhati ho. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Okay, so we were over here. Now, my dear children, these genes which are there, what are they doing? क्या कर रही है लोग? क्या protein बना रहे? क्यों बना रहे protein? Because these proteins are responsible for giving us character. Character हुआ क्या? Eye color. Suppose the character is eye color. Now, in the eye color, some people has brown eye color, some have gray, some have blue, and all those things. There are different types of eye color. You call them as what? Traits. Character एक होता है, traits एक होता है. So over here, tall and dwarf, both of them are traits. Traits of what? A character, that is height. और हर एक trait के लिए what will you have? You have an allele. You will be have an allele. So over here capital T is an allele and small t is also an allele. So with this, I hope I was able to answer 3 questions. 1, where are genes located? On the chromosomes. Second, ma'am, what is the difference between character and a trait? Character means बड़ा कुछ है, high color. उसके अंदर जो नीचे आता है उसको क्या बोलेंगे? Traits बोलेंगे. Okay, the variants of the character. Now, ma'am, what is an allele? Allele is what? Alternative forms of genes. Alternative forms of genes which are present. Fine. And now we will solve a question. Correct question? Ma'am, father and mother's gene combination might be heterozygous. Exactly. So we will see question and I think with that you will be even understanding even more better. Correct? Let's solve the question. Try this one. Assertion says, generally the number of chromosomes in a cell and in a germ cell is not the same in species. Germ cell mane, what do you mean by germ cell? Germ cell means gamete. Germ cells mean gametes. Okay, now the question is, generally the number of chromosomes in a cell and in a germ cell is not the same in species. Is this true or false? Second one. When 2 germ cells combine, they restore the normal number of chromosomes in a species. When 2 germ cells combine, they restore the normal number of chromosomes in a species. Rohit says the answer for this question is A. What about others? What about others? Come on. Okay, Nitya also says the answer for this question is A. Okay, now I want one more person to answer this. Come on. So 3 हो जाएंगे. Then we can be very sure. So A is what? Both assertion and reason are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Reason is the correct explanation of A. Do you think so? A. Kusuma also says it's A. Fine. Now the third person also said, which is why I lock this answer. over here, the number of chromosomes in a cell is 46. In a germ cell is what? 23. It's not the same in the species. Correct? It's not the same. Do you think it's same? No. Now, when two germ cells combine, they restore the normal number of species. Why is this happening? Because germ cells, if one of them has 23, another germ cell also has 23, both of them are going to combine and give me 46, which is the normal number of chromosomes. That is why this is happening. So, assertion and reason is true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. So, you guys are absolutely correct. Rohit correct, Nitya correct, and Kusum also correct. Okay? And now, my dear children, if at all you have not shared this video with your friends, okay, share it with your friends right now. Okay, share it with your friends right now. Abhi chuttiyan chal rahi na tumhari? Or do you have classes? What is it like? So we were experimenting with the timings, that is 11 a.m. as well as 4 p.m. out there, because we thought that some people are available in the morning, towards the evening they have their own coaching and this and that. So what is your opinion on that? Should we be changing the timings for you guys? Or was it like that? Or is it okay? Ye wala timing theek hai. Let us know that as well. Okay? A is absolutely correct. Chalo. If A is absolutely correct, I'll be locking that. Now, I have one more question. Try this question. The number of chromosomes in parents and offsprings of a particular species undergoing sexual reproduction remain constant due to the number of chromosomes in parents and the offsprings of a particular species undergoing sexual reproduction remains constant. So, number of chromosome in the parents is what? 46. And in the offsprings is also what? 46. Why do you think it's just like that? What is exactly happening in sexual reproduction? I to pura din hai. I to free pura din. Okay, ma'am doing self-preparation. Okay. So for you guys, this timing is great, right? Super, super, super. And I'm very proud of you who are doing self-preparation and also those who are going to coaching. Anyways, all of you are working really hard. So Rohit says the answer for this question is D. Is it D? Let's check it out. Everyone else, give me the answer for this question. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What is the answer for this question? Why does the parent and the, the offsprings, all of them has 46 number of chromosomes? That is the question. Kusuma, I think A or D. Arey, A. Doubling of chromosome after zygote formation. Okay, let's see. And my dear children, I hope you had shared with your friends. Let's make the live learners to be going up. Okay. So my dear children, why 46 yahan pe? Because of D, halving of chromosome at the time of gamete formation. Listen, I told you normal cell have what? 46. This goes half, it becomes 23. It goes half, it becomes 23 in what? In the gametes. Now one gamete with 23 comes, another gamete will also with 23 comes. Both of them will form zygote. Both of them will form zygote with what? 46 number of chromosome. So if halving is not being done, तब तो problem है. तो फिर 92 हो जाएगा, 46 plus 46 92 हो जाएगा. So we don't want that to happen. So halving of chromosome at the time of gamete formation. So at the time of gamete formation, halving has to happen. So your answer for this question becomes what? D. Why it is not this? Doubling of chromosome after zygote formation. अरे भाई, अगर zygote पे 46 है और ये double हो गया तो ये 92 हो जाएगा. So we do not want that. Our normal number of chromosome is just 46. Now halving of chromosome after zygote formation. After zygote formation, okay, if it is like 46 and we are halving it again, it will be 23. Why do we need to do that? So this is also wrong. Doubling of chromosome before gamete formation. Array. No. It is just halving of chromosome at the time of gamete formation. 23 hona chahiye, milega apanko 46. So your answer for this question becomes D. Always remember that. I told you the process they undergo, please remember it is meiosis. Mitosis likh ke mat aana. Mitosis is a normal cell division to increase the number. Meiosis is where the number of chromosomes becomes reduced, which is why it is known as reductional division. Okay, got it? Chalo, next question try kare. I think I have a question. Yes, there is a question. Chalo, question number 4. So I am explaining you the concept and then telling you, giving you the questions because I want to make sure you are getting it well. So assertion says, tallness of pea plant is controlled by an enzyme. This is a sample question, paper question of this year. Okay, of this year, you should be able to do it. If you're not, don't worry, I am here to help you with that. So, tallness of pea plant is controlled by an enzyme, is it? Second, reason. The reason for that enzyme makes protein, the gene for that enzyme makes protein which helps the plant to grow. What do you think is the answer for this question? Rohit says the answer for this question is A. Is A. Is it A? So hearts and things are coming up. Thank you so much. Ye question to rat gaya. Okay. The question answer is A is what Rohit says, but we have to check. Anyone else having some other answer for this question? Tallness of pea plant is controlled by an enzyme. Is it? So Baba, I told you. What do we have? We have chromosome. Chromosome में क्या होता है Baba? Gene होता है. ठीक है? What does gene do? Gene codes for protein. ये जो protein बन रहा है, it can be anything. This can be an enzyme. This can be an enzyme. This can be a hormone. This can be anything, or it can just remain just like a protein molecule as well. Okay? All the enzymes are proteins. All the enzymes, my dear children, are proteins. ठीक है? Protein तो protein ही है. और hormones, some of them are proteinaceous hormones, some are something else. But anyway, this is the base. So over here, my dear children, tallness of pea plant is controlled by an enzyme. अब ये जो है, it is making a protein, and this is an enzyme. And this enzyme probably might be involved in the production of what? Growth hormone. तो yes, growth hormone अगर produce हो रहा है तो tall होगा. तो this is correct. It is controlled by an enzyme. अगर ये enzyme नहीं है तो growth hormone नहीं बनेगा. Second reason, the gene for that enzyme makes protein which help the plant to grow. The gene for this particular enzyme actually makes a protein which makes the plant tall. ये भी correct है. So if at all you do not know this funda, what will happen? You are going to lose your marks. So both assertion and reason is true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. थोड़ा उल्टा पुल्टा question है, but it still makes sense. Did you get it? रोहित को तो रट गया था. What about everyone else who is watching this video? समझ आया? It's okay. Can you give me a thumbs up? So I see so many hearts and everything flying off. Thank you so much for that. अब ये भी बता दो कि समझ में आया कि नहीं आया. Should I repeat it? I can repeat it for you guys. अरे बोलो भाई, शर्मा रहे हो क्या? Kusuma says the answer for this question is A. Yes, my dear children. It is A. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Got it? Can I move ahead with the next thing, concept out there? Okay. Hearty दे रहे हैं, ठीक है. So, next concept that we have is about Gregor Mendel. ठीक है, and his experiments. Thank you, Kusuma, for giving me that thumbs up. I needed that. Okay. चलो. Who is Gregor Mendel? भाई ये है Gregor Mendel. उनको मैंने दिया है heart. Okay. So Gregor Mendel is this particular person, and you should be knowing what was he experimenting on. So there are two things. Gregor Mendel, he is the father of genetics. What did he study? He studied inheritance in pea plants. Pea plants को क्या बोलते हैं actual में? It is known as Pisum sativa or Pisum sativum. Okay, this pea plant's actual name is this. Just how you have for example, your name is sorry Rohit, I'm taking your name. Okay, suppose Rohit's name is Rohit itself, and in home he is known as Bunty. So in that particular case, my dear children, this is Bunty and this is Rohit's name. So Pisum sativa is the scientific name, and he was studying the inheritance pattern in the pea plants. Now what did he do? He gave 3 laws of inheritance. He gave 3 laws of inheritance. Okay, got it? So 3 things that you need to remember. Father of genetics is Gregor Mendel. He was studying Pisum sativa, and he put forth 3 laws. Now what was he experimenting on? This is Pisum sativa, by the way. You call it green pea also. What is happening over here? Why did he choose it? Because it had smaller life cycle. It had what? Smaller life cycle. Pisum sativa, Baba, is a scientific name of the pea plant. Now, for example, here we say it is, what do you call, Batla. Some people call it Batla. Some people, when you go to some other parts of India, you call it something else, which is why everything that we see around, my dear children, which is living, has a scientific name, which is common everywhere. So Pisum sativa is that common scientific name that we have. Pisum is the genus name and sativa is the species name. That's how a name is being formed. Scientific name is being formed. Okay? ठीक है. So over here, why did he choose this? Because it has smaller life cycle. Matlab, if at all he was experimenting and he wanted to see results, he didn't have to wait for so long. He could see the results easily because the life cycle of this plant was very short. Next thing, 7 pairs of contrasting traits. 7 pairs of contrasting traits were there, which he could study very easily. ठीक है? okay, this flower is violet, probably white color flower will be there. So with the help of this contrasting traits, he was able to understand the inheritance pattern properly. Now the flowers are bisexual over here. What do you mean by bisexual? The flower will be having both the male and the female parts. So by you do not need to help with the what do you call reproduction here. From here to here, the pollen grains will quickly land. So that is why I call it bisexual flowers. So he was not worried about reproduction part of it as well. So three things, actually there are more, but at least three things you need to remember. Why did he choose pre-plant, smaller life cycle, 7 pairs of contrasting trait, bisexual flowers? Okay. Now going ahead, what were the traits that we are talking about? So these were the traits, my dear children. For example, जो pea plant हो सकता है, ठीक है? Height can be, my dear children, tall. Height can be short also. These are the two distinct features which are there. I typed so much thumbs up that YouTube kicked me out. Is it? Okay. Gravity, mnemonic. Yes, gravity was a mnemonic. I also have one more thing. If at all you want to remember through gravity, you can remember. That's a very good way. Okay, anyways. So tall and short is what? Height ke do traits. Now over here, these are the dominant traits. Means if the alleles for tallness comes and allele for short is there, if both of them come together, okay, for example, from mother's side, I got a gene which had capital gene. From father's side, I got a gene which has small t gene. Which one will express? Capital T will express. That means it will produce more proteins, which is why it is being expressed. You call it dominant trait. Okay, so here capital T is dominant. Now seed shape, my dear children. Seed shape can be round and wrinkled. Arey, सूखा हुआ green पे किसको चाहिए? So round will be always dominant. Now seed color is there. Seed color, even though we eat green ones, actually yellow is the dominant trait. Actually, yellow is the dominant trait. Now flower color is there. Flower can be violet. It's written as purple, but it is usually violet. And my dear children, it can be white also. Which one is dominant? Violet one is dominant. Pod shape, if you see, batla jo hai, bhai, jo seed hai, it comes inside a pod, right? Now the pod can be full, proper, or it can be suka. You call it constricted. So this one is dominant, this is recessive. Now, which one do you choose? Usually you choose the green ones only. The seed is different, okay? Here you're talking about the pod color. The pod green one is the dominant one and the yellow one is the recessive one. A flower position is the last thing that we have. So flower color, flower position, you keep it together, okay? So in that, what do we have? Axial is dominant and terminal is recessive. What do you mean by axial plants? Listen over here. A flower can come from the place a branch is coming off. This is known as axial position. Or it can come at a terminal position. Which one is dominant? Axial one is dominant. Now as, okay, he said, okay, what do you call it? Rohit said that there is a term gravity to remember it. There is one more thing and that is, ayyo, where did it go? Where did it go? I put it over here. I do not have that. So you can also remember it as gravity, but I shared it. Okay, I'll check with that. So I'll come up with a mnemonic for that. But until that time, please remember, these are the dominant traits. Okay, these are the dominant traits. Now, my dear children, we will go ahead with the monohybrid cross experiment. So basic samajh rahe apan. We studied that this is the thing that he was doing. He was the father of genetics and why he chose green, green pea or pea plant, my dear children. Then we spoke about the, the different types of traits which was being observed. And now we are going to go ahead with the monohybrid cross. The first cross that he did. What do you mean by monohybrid cross? When only one character is considered. For example, I am considering height and then I am crossing. So over here, he took a pea plant. Okay, he took a pea plant, which was tall, which was pure tall. Which method is easy? Gravity is also easy. This method is also easy. I'll try to put it down in the comment section. Do not exactly remember it, okay? Hello, Kalpana. Hi, dear. Okay, so tall plant he took. And this was homozygous tall. Mane, both the alleles were same. He took a dwarf plant. It was also homozygous dwarf. What do you call this as? You call this as genotype. Genetic makeup ko kya bolte baba? You call this as genotype of the plant. So if at all you're asking, what is the genotype of a tall plant? It is capital T over here. Okay. Now, the gametes which are going to be formed, my dear children, are be capital T over here. From here it will be small t. When both of us join together, what will happen? You get capital T, small t. You will get capital T, small t. Capital T is dominant, which is why all the plants will be tall. Now for those of you who are finding it difficult to understand, let me explain you this. It's super easy. After this, you will never forget anything about monohybrid cross. Okay, Rohit, if at all you can just put down the gravity's term so everyone else can follow that. Yes. So over here, listen. I am taking capital T capital plant and I am taking small t plant. What do you exactly mean by that? That means I have a chromosome with capital T allele with capital T allele. Similarly, I have a chromosome with small t allele and small t allele. Now, I told you when gametes are being formed, only half of the chromosomes are going to go. Now, half means either the chromosome carrying capital T can go. Here also anyway it's same. Anyway it is same, so you get capital T only. Two type of gametes and basically it's just capital T. Here also this chromosome can get into a gamete, so small t. Another chromosome can get into a gamete, so small t. Now you have got the gametes, you need to fuse them. Suppose this and this came together, you got capital T, small t. What is the genotype of the plant? It is capital T, small t, ma'am. What do you call this condition as? You call this condition as heterozygous condition. Okay, it is capital T, small t. This is dominant, the plant is going to be tall. Now suppose you cross this with this, again capital T, small t, this is going to be dominant, again I get tall plant. This and this, capital T, small t, again dominant, tall. This and this, capital T, small t, again dominant, tall. So all of them in the first generation, this is what? The first generation. Always remember, you have to write your answer like this. Parents, gametes, F1 generation. So in F1 generation, first generation, all of them are going to be tall. So Mendel was like, how can that happen? There were dwarf parent and tall parent, but one character is being appearing. That means there is some Gotala over here. Probably something might be dominant over the another one. And that's exactly how he came up with the first law, that is law of dominance. Yes, yes, Kusuma, you are absolutely correct. Okay, and Rohit is trying to type for that. Thank you so much, dear. You can also, okay, fine, anyways. So he came with the law of dominance, which says that one particular allele is going to be dominant over the other one. And dominant allele, always remember, dominant allele is going to express itself in the first generation. Now let's look out for the second generation. Okay, second generation mein ye do parent liya and then we are going to fuse. Let's fuse them. So over here, if at all I take capital T, small t, and capital T, small t parents and I fuse them, what is going to happen? The gametes that I'm going to get can have either small t or it can have either capital T. I am not sure. Since here also the same thing, capital T or small t. I am not sure what can come. But anyway, these are the options that can be there. Now suppose this and this fuses, I get capital T, capital T. What will be this? Tell me. This is the first one. What is this? Tall, dwarf, what is this? The next one which is there, it is capital T, small t. It is capital T, small t. And then this is also capital T, small t. And this is also small t, small t. This is what? Small t, small t. So what is this, my dear children? Both of them are capital T alleles. It's going to be tall. What is this? Here capital T is dominant over small t. This is also going to be tall. Again over here, it is going to be tall. What about this? It is going to be dwarf. Why dwarf? Because only small t is there. Only small t is there. There is no one to dominate it, which is why it will be dwarf. And I never saw dwarf plants in the first generation. But in the second generation, I am able to see it. When I am able to see it? When both the alleles, my dear children, are recessive. What do you call this condition as? Homozygous condition. When they are homozygous recessive, that means both the alleles are same and both of them are recessive, then only dwarf character will be seen. Now in here, the tall dwarf, what is this feature? You call this as the phenotype of the plant or the physical nature of the plant. Okay, how physical appearance of the plant. So this is the phenotype. What is the genotype? The genetic makeup. So if at all you are asked, tell me the genotypic ratio, what are you going to write? What are you going to write if at all you are asked the genotypic ratio out there? So Rohit has given me the answer. I'm so thankful for you for typing it down. So G in gravity for green, R for round, and axial for flower position, V for velvet, an I for inflated, T for tall, and Y for yellow seed color. Thank you so much, guys. You can also write it down. Apart from that, I'll also give you a mnemonic towards the end in the comment section. Okay? So now if at all you are asked about the genotypic ratio, how do you write it? Listen, over here. 1 is capital T, capital T. Agreed? 2 of them are capital T, small t. 1 of them is small t, small t. So what is the ratio? Genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Genotypic ratio is 1. Exactly, Rohit. Genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. What is the phenotypic ratio, physical appearance ratio? Arey Baba, 3 of them are tall, 1 is dwarf. 3 of them are tall and 1 is dwarf. This is going to be my phenotypic ratio. So genotypic ratio is this, phenotypic ratio is this. Got it? Got it? And with this, he gave the next law of inheritance as well, which is law of segregation. He said that whenever gametes are being formed, okay, जब भी gametes बनता है, तो what is happening? There is segregation of alleles. Segregation of alleles means separation होता है. इसमें से सिर्फ only one allele can come to one particular gamete. That means only one chromosome can come to one particular gamete out there. So he didn't say the chromosome and things like that. He just said that segregation of alleles happen. Only one allele is going to come into one particular gamete. क्योंकि अपन को half number maintain करना है ना. If both of them will come, my dear children, it will be 46 again. We have to make sure only half the number of chromosomes are coming. You get it? So he gave down 2 laws. A genotypic ratio is too long. In dihybrid cross, you do not need to remember it. In dihybrid cross, you do not need to remember it. So my dear children, where is it? Okay, so over here we are, ये fuse किया, चलो जल्दी जल्दी देखते हैं ये चीज. Okay, so phenotype was tall plant, dwarf plant. You also call it pure breed tall whenever you are having the same type of alleles. So pure breed tall, pure breed dwarf, you are breeding them. At the end, you get tall plant. Now, basically, this tall plant which is there, you will hybridize them. You get this ratio, my dear children. You put it in Punnett square. This is Punnett square. That means 2 alleles you can put on this side, 2 alleles you put on that side. Cross them, you will get the same thing. Okay, you will get the same thing. And he gave down 2 laws. First law is law of dominance, which says that in heterozygous condition, that means when capital T, small t allele is there, when both the alleles are not similar, the factor or gene which express itself physically is called dominant. Which expresses itself will be dominant. And the other one which remains unexpressed is known as recessive. So in heterozygous condition, the one that expresses itself is dominant and the one that does not express is known as recessive. This is law of dominance. Then he gave one more law. This is the second law. This is known as law of segregation. The 2 alleles for a character will segregate from each other during gamete formation. The 2 alleles for a character, that is for tallness, they are going to separate during what? Gamete formation. That is law of segregation. Did you understand it? Did you understand it? If at all you understood it, tell me. So monohybrid cross means when only one character is considered, only one character is there, that is height. And you get 2 laws out of monohybrid cross itself. If you understood, please let me know and let's start solving this question. Question number 5. Consider the following statements. The trait that expresses itself in F1 generation. The trait that expresses itself in F1 generation, what do you call it? Second, the trait that keeps on passing from one generation to another, what do you call it? So trait A is recessive trait, dominant trait, whatever trait you have to tell, okay? And whatever, okay, the trait 2 which keeps on passing from one generation to another, what do you call it as well? That is the question. Okay, Kusuma, thank you so much for telling yes. Okay, Kusuma is here with the answer C. With the answer C. Is answer C or not? What about others? Come on, come on, come on. What about others? Kusuma says the answer for this question. The trait that expresses itself in F1 generation, my dear children, has to be dominant trait. Okay, that is why it is expressing itself in F1 generation. Capital T, small t आया. When capital T, small t came in, it was able to express itself. So this is a dominant trait, right? And the trait that keeps on passing from one generation to another, you will be calling it as what? Inherited trait. You inherit it. Listen, okay, now with that, I remember one more very important thing. There are two things. Inherited trait, which we inherit from our parents. There is acquired trait. For example, today I decide to cut my hair. Today I decide to cut my hair. If I cut my hair, my dear children, my hair will be short. Do you think my next generation will also have short hair because I cut my hair? Because just because I cut my hair, my future generation will also have short hair. Do you think so? Or basically, suppose there is a mice. Okay. So, my handwriting might not be, okay, my drawing might not be that great, but yes. So, this is the mouse that we have, okay. And I cut the tail of this particular mouse. The next baby mouses or whatever we would be having, my dear children, do you think they will also not have tail because I cut the tail of the parent? What do you think? No, right? It cannot be like that. Basically, this is something that we acquire during our lifetime. We acquire it during our lifetime. You call it as acquired trait. An acquired trait, my dear children, never passes from one generation to the next generation. Always remember. Only inherited trait is going to pass, which is there in our genes, is going to be passed, not the acquired ones. It can be also a question, remember it. Now, solve this question. Yes, Kusuma, thank you for replying again. Okay, question number 6. In a cross between black-furred rabbit, denoted by capital B, okay, and white-furred rabbit, denoted by small b, all offsprings were found to have black fur. When this and this were crossed, all of them were having black fur. What can be inferred about the genetic makeup of the parent rabbits? What is the genetic makeup? That is the genotype of the parent rabbits if all of them should have black fur. If all the progenies have black fur, what is the genetic makeup is the question. Is the question. Anyone? Rohit says the answer for this question is A. Is it A? Listen, always when this type of questions come, you need to understand one thing. They are saying that there is black fur rabbit and there is what? White fur rabbit. And they are saying offsprings were all black furred. And we clearly understand, since they are writing capital B as a dominant trait, capital B should be over here in all the offsprings. In all the offsprings, you should be having capital B. Then only they can be black furred. Now, what is a condition where all of them will be having at least one black? So, this can be a condition, my dear children, where it can be like this and where it can be like this. So, whatever you do, it will be, all of them are going to be like this. Anyway, this is going to be dominant trait, right? Now, suppose I want to cross something else. Suppose I cross this one. Let's see what is going to happen. If I cross this one, ye bhi rat gaya. Okay, so suppose I cross this one, what is going to happen? This and this capital B, this and this capital B, small b, this and this capital B, small b, but this and this small b, I get white fur. This is not possible. Now suppose I cross this, again small b is over here, small b is over here. Make sure that small b should not be there on both the sides. If at all small b is there on both the sides, it will combine together and give me white fur. I do not want that. Okay, so in only one side small b can be there, in other side you should be having capital. Both of them should be capital B. So your answer for this question would be A. Your answer for this question becomes A. Chalo, try to solve this question. Come on. Ye bhi rad gaya, sab rad gaya, dekho. Let's solve this question. Kusuma, you were also correct dear. A cross made between two pea plants produces 50% tall and 50% short pea plants. A cross made between two pea plants produces 50% tall and 50% short pea plants. The gene combination of the parental pea plant must be what? So 50% agar ye chahiye, so it should be like this. 2 offsprings out of 4, my dear children, should be small t. In only in small t condition you can find short pea plants. If here it is short small t, then from one parent you should get small t. From one parent you should get small t. From another parent also you get small t. Then only this can happen, right? Then only this particular thing is possible. Now you think, what will be your answer for this question? You have options that is this, you have options that is this, this. And if I make capital T over here, if at all I do this, I will be finding 3:1 ratio only. 3:1 means 3 of them are going to be tall and 1 of them is going to be dwarf. So this we did in monohybrid cross. So this cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer for sure. Now other options where I have small t on both sides is just this. And that is what Rohit says. This is the answer for this question. So capital T and small t when they come, I told you both the sides should have small t, and over here one more small t I am adding. Now when I do it, I get capital T, I get capital T, I get small t, and I get small t. 50% of them are going to be dwarf, 50% of them are going to be tall. Yes, Kusuma, you're also correct. So your answer for this question is what? C. Got it? So these type of questions can be coming in. We should know how to solve it. Otherwise, what will happen? We lose our mark somewhere. Now one more question is there. Try to solve it. A cross between pea plant with white flowers, small v, and pea plant with violet flowers, capital V, resulted in F2 progenies in which the ratio of violet and white flowers will be what? Regarding free and attached earlobes, this kind of question came in my pre-board along with more subparts. Yes. So I also have one question related to the earlobe. I will be solving that right over here, and I'm pretty sure you are going to get that as well. ठीक है, मस्त है, सब लोग मस्त कर रहे. Kusuma and Rohit, you have been so consistent with answering. I'm super proud of you. And yes, we might be having slight changes with the timings, I think, because I feel not everyone is available to watch this video. Or do you think, is it because the concepts are also being added? You just want questions? So we thought we need to make the concept strong, which is why we brought this mind map series. Kusuma says the answer for this question is 3:1. Is it 3:1? Let's see. So violet flowers, white flowers, this is where you start. So same, it's just same like capital T, small t. So we all know the ratio. At the end, we get what? Capital T, small t. Similarly over here, at the end, we get capital V, small v. Now this capital V, small v, when we try to fuse it, my dear children, what is going to happen? Same 3:1 ratio will be getting. This and this, capital V, this and this, capital V, small v, this and this, capital V, small v, this and this, small v. So here, 3 of them are going to be violet, 1 pure violet, 1 because one dominant allele is there, and 1 is going to be white. So 3:1 is your answer for this particular question. So is it 3:1? So is it 3:1? So this is what we usually do. My dear children, be very careful with the question which is being asked, and I have did it in the previous live as well. They are asking you the ratio of violet and white flowers. The violet flowers are capital V mentioned over here. They are not telling capital V, small v is also considered. These two things are not being considered. Okay, these two things which are there are not being considered. Only the ratio of this and this is being asked. Only the ratio of this and this is being asked. So 1:1 will be your answer. Your answer will be what? 1:1. This is where you get confused, and which is exactly why I took in the same direction itself. So your answer for this question is what? 1:1. Let me see who got the answers correct. Kusuma, C. Okay. Rohit, yes, you are correct with that. You are correct with that. And Rani Kaushal, Baba, check once more, Baba. It's okay. It usually happens with everyone, but yes. Ma'am, today onwards, I'll attend every live. That's the spirit. Okay. So over here, the answer for this question is A. Please do not go around answering anything else. So if at all you do, probably you might get things wrong. Now, question number 9. Assertion. In humans, if gene B is responsible for black eyes and gene small b is responsible for brown eyes. Okay. gene capital B is responsible for black eyes and gene small b is responsible for brown eyes, then the color of eyes of the progeny having gene combination capital B, small b, capital B will be black only. Can that happen? What do you understand from this? Capital B is for black, okay, and small b is for brown. And they are saying this, all of them are going to be black only. Do you think that is possible? Do you think that is possible? Here you have capital B, small b. Capital B will be, dominant over small b. Here, my dear, which is why it will be black. Which is why this will be black. But what about this? This is small b, it is going to be brown. Capital B, again black. But this small b is the reason why your option A would be wrong. Assertion would be wrong. So Kusuma already gave me the answer. Let me check, okay? Now the reason, the black color of the eye is a dominant trait. The black color of the eye is a dominant trait. Yes, it is. And that is why it is shown as capital B. So this is correct. Assertion is wrong. Reason would be true. Your answer would be D. Kusuma is absolutely correct over here. Okay. Got it? Just give me a second, okay? Shall we go ahead with the next question? Chalo. Question number 10. Try to solve this. This is the question that I was talking about, like attached as well as the free earlobe question that even I think Rohit was talking about. So try this question. Attached earlobes in humans is an inherited condition. Is what? Inherited condition. That means we inherit from the parents. Now, the allele for attached earlobes is recessive. What are the chances of parents both having attached earlobes to have a child with attached earlobes? So they are telling you everything, that there are attached and free earlobe. When, my dear children, your earlobes are totally attached, you call it attached. When there is a gap in between, you call it free earlobe. Always understand the free one is the dominant one. The attached one is the recessive one. And here also they are telling that attached earlobe is what? Recessive. Means, if at all, free is denoted by capital A, just a second. If free is denoted by capital A, then attached will be denoted by small a, because it's a recessive thing. Now they are asking you if both the parents are having attached earlobes, mane both the parents will be having some genotype like this, then the chances of the child to have attached earlobes will be what? What are the chances of the child to have attached earlobes? Kusuma says the answer is 4th. Is it 4th? Yes. Whatever you do, you will get small a only. So 100% of them, my dear children, will be having attached earlobes. 100% of them. You get it? So I know this question. This question might be very easy for some, might be like kind of tricky for some who do not know how to solve it. But I am pretty sure after watching this video, it will be easy for you. Okay? Chale aage. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and solve the next question. Question number 11. So I have so many questions related to the monohybrid cross thing, which is why I was super excited to take this. Okay, chalo. A monohybrid cross is conducted between one variety of pea plant having pods that are full and another having pods that are constricted. Okay, full and then constricted. What is the percentage of heterozygous offsprings in F1 generation? Heterozygous means the offspring should be something like this. Alleles should be different. That is what you call as heterozygous. Baba, if at all you cross both of them, whatever you do over here, okay, whatever you do over here, this and this crosses, you get capital F, small f, this and this, capital F, small f, this and this, capital F, small f, this and this, capital F, small f, all of them are going to be heterozygous only. All of them are going to be heterozygous only. So your answer for this question would be what? What? So before I answer, you tell me. A monohybrid cross conducted between one variety of pea plants having pods that are full and another with constricted pods. What will be your answer for the percentage of heterozygous offsprings in F1 generation? Baba, all of them are going to be the same. All of them are going to be heterozygous, which is why your answer is capital F, small f. Got it? Samjha ki nahi samjha? Yes, Kusuma. Yes, exactly. So let's go ahead with the next thing. Now the next concept that I have for you is what? Dihybrid cross. And this is something that causes bhuchal in children. They do not understand this concept at all, which is exactly why I am here to tell what happens in dihybrid cross. I'll tell you, if you listen to me for next 3 minutes, every question of dihybrid cross you will be able to do it. That's my guarantee. Okay, so listen to me carefully and let's solve it. So my dear children, Mendel, what did he do? He took round and yellow parent. He is considering two character at once. One is the shape, that is round, and one is the color, that is yellow. How do you denote it? Capital R for round and capital Y for yellow. And he crossed it with wrinkled and green plant. How do you denote it? Wrinkled man is opposite, smaller, it's a recessive thing, and green also small y. Both of them are recessive trait, and here it is dominant trait. Agreed? Now, my dear children, think of this as something like this. You have two chromosome over here with capital R, two chromosome over here with capital Y. Similarly, over here also you have two chromosomes with small r, and two chromosomes with small y. Okay. Now it's time to make the gametes. How do you make the gametes? Baba, not all chromosomes go. Only half of them is going to grow. Half matlab aisa half nahi. From a pair, only half is going to go. So from here, either capital R can go, but anyway only capital R is there. So capital R is going to go, and from here capital Y is going to go. That means you have a gamete with a gene for capital R and with capital Y. You get it? So you say the gametes are going to be capital R and capital Y. Similarly, over here, my dear children, from this pair only one can go, so it has to be small r. It has to be small r, and from here also only one can go, it has to be small y. Got it? Now the gametes are there. These are the gametes that you get. You fuse it. You are going to be fusing it. Ma'am, I got 80 on 80 in my science pre-board. Wow, that's superb. And Ram Baba, is it audible now? Is it audible? Or the voice is still low? I hope it's audible. Yes. So you have two gametes. Whatever you do, you get only these two gametes. Let's fuse them. So when you fuse them, what are you going to get? One with capital R, one with small r. One with capital Y, another with small y. How do you write the genotype? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. How do they appear? Capital R is dominant over small r, capital Y is dominant over small y. All of them appear to be round and yellow. Round and yellow. Is it round and yellow like this? No. The genotype, if you see, it's different. Here it is heterozygous. There it is homozygous. All of them are round and yellow. Mendel got shocked. How can that be happening? I fused this and this. I should be getting something else also. Where is the wrinkled and green plant? I'm not getting it. So he got furious. He thought, let me cross one such plant with another such plant. So what did he do is, he took capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, that is round and yellow, and he crossed with, again, oh my god, just a second, okay? There is some glitch over here. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. He took them and he is going to fuse. So you have to imagine the scenario like this. Now over here you have capital R, you have small r. You have capital Y, you have small y. Now this time when you make gametes, things are not going to be the same. From this pair only one can come. Suppose capital R came. And from this pair only one can come. Suppose capital Y came. This is one type of gamete. You will get another type of gamete. Suppose from here you got capital R, but here you got small y. From here you got small r, and from here you got capital Y. From here you got small r, from here you got small y. 4 type of gametes are being formed. Agreed? 4 type of gametes are being formed. Similarly, 4 type of gametes are going to be formed from this parent also. So now what do? I write it over here. I make Punnett square. I cannot cross like this. So I make the Punnett square. Same gametes, you just write in order. and then, my dear children, cross it. You need not cross it. They would not ask you to cross it. They will directly ask you the phenotypic ratio. Now listen to me. How do you cross it? How do you get things? When you cross this with this, you get capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Ma'am, it is what? Round and yellow. When you cross this with this, you get capital R, capital Y, small y. This is also round and yellow because Y is dominant over small y. Now you get capital R, small r, and capital Y, capital Y. This is also round and yellow. Different types of round and yellow you're getting, my dear children. Now this and this, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, this is also round and yellow. When you keep on crossing, you are going to basically find 4 types of phenotypes, 4 types of physical appearance. So it comes in a ratio 9:, so I'll write it over here itself. Okay, it comes in a ratio 9:3:3:1. 9 of them are going to show the dominant parent trait, that is round and yellow. 1 of them are going to show the recessive parent trait, that is what? Wrinkled and green. Now 2 of them which are there, they are going to show traits which are not found in parents. So round was with yellow, right? Let's make round with green this time. Wrinkled was with green, right? Let's make wrinkled with yellow this time. You get it? Now you find something very different. So these two things that you see are non-parental characters. What is the phenotypic ratio? 9:3:3:1. 9 of them dominant parent, 1 of them recessive parental trait, and 2 of them basically, my dear children, or basically 3 plus 3, 6 of them out of 16, 9 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 is equals to 16. Out of 16, 6 of them are showing non-parental character. Why do you think this is happening? With this, he gave the next law, or the third law of inheritance, which is law of independent assortment. He said that genes for one particular character, this is one particular character, shape, are going to segregate independently of genes for the other character, that is what? The color. If capital R said that I will only go with capital Y, my dear children, you will only get one type of gametes. But here you are getting multiple gametes. Why? Because they are segregating independently. Capital R is coming from here, capital Y or small y can come from here. There is no connection between that. This is known as law of independent assortment. Why do you get 9:3:3:1 ratio? Because law of independent assortment is being followed over here. The gene for one particular character is independently assorting from the gene from another character out there. Cool. I hope this is clear. Now, this is the concept. Over here, you crossed, you just change the term yellow here, round here, the same thing itself. At the end, my dear children, you got a ratio 9:3:3:1. This is F2 ratio. You do not have to remember the genotypic ratio. Now, law of independent assortment states that alleles of 2 different character traits segregates independently. That means alleles for one trait and allele for another trait are going to segregate independently. With that, let's solve this question. Try to solve this question, and if at all you are able to solve this, you have understood the concepts. If you have understood the concept, you will be able to solve this question. Let's solve this. If pea plants with round and green seeds are crossed with pea plants having wrinkled and yellow seeds, then the seeds developed by the plants of F1 generation will be what? If pea plants with round and green seeds are crossed with pea plants having wrinkled and yellow seeds, the seeds developed by the plants of F1 generation will be what? Let's try to solve this. Are crossed with in F1 generation, what are you going to see? That is the question. Kusuma says the answer for this question is C, 100% with round and yellow. Okay. Why? Why that? Because, my dear children, from here, see, from here, if at all you see capital R is dominant, here and here if we consider capital Y is dominant, okay, what is going to happen? You will anyway are going to get a ratio something like this. You will get something like this because capital allele is there. Only the dominant one is going to express in the F1 generation, and the dominant is this. capital R and capital Y, because of which all of them are going to be round and yellow. Here only look at the question and you will be able to solve it partially. Banti Kushwa, okay, hi, sorry ma'am, so late. It's okay. You can watch the video. Hello ma'am and good afternoon. Very good afternoon, dear. So, I hope you got why is this the answer. You just have to consider the dominant traits. Always remember in F1 generation, only the dominant one is going to express. So over here, what is dominant? Round. Here, yellow is dominant. So just tell the round and yellow will be seen. That's all. So 100% of them are going to be round and yellow. Now, this last concept that we have, this is Mendel's topic. Yes, we have completed Mendel's topic. Now we are going to see the last topic for the day, and that is how is sex determined in human beings. How is sex determined in human beings, my dear children? So we have 46 number of chromosomes, right? We have 46 number of chromosomes. Actually, this 46 number of chromosomes comes in a pair of what? 23. One chromosome, make the first pair. So 2 chromosomes. So a pair is there of one particular. A pair of chromosomes is being made. So 46 chromosomes are in total, but when you talk about in terms of pairs, there will be 23 pairs. 23 into 2 is 46, right? Now, over here, the thing that you need to know is that 22 pair, my dear children, are autosomes. The 23rd pair that we have is what? The sex chromosomes. It can be either XX or it can be XY. Either XX or it can be XY. Okay, so 22 pair exactly. They are known as autosomal chromosomes. Remember like that. They are known as autosomal. You call this trait autosomal. And this one is the sex chromosome. You also call it as allosomes. You also call them as allosomes. So my dear children, in the case of male, the sex chromosome is X and Y. Okay, the pair of sex chromosome is what? X and Y. In the case of female, it is XX. Now, the gametes that are going to be formed over here are of 2 types. One is X, one is Y in the case of male. In the case of female, it is going to be X and X only. Suppose this X from the female fuses with the X of the male, it becomes XX. This X of the male fuses with the Y of the female, sorry, Y of the male, it becomes what? XY. You get it? So in the similar manner, we are going to do, I think, rather than just showing you this, I can cross it and show you. So this is female, this is male. Males always produce 2 types of gametes, X and Y. Females produce only 1 type of gamete, that is X. Suppose this and this fuses, you get XX, it is going to be female. This and this fuses, you get XY, it is going to be a male. This and this again XX, a female. This and this XY, that is a male. So 50% of the chance, my dear children, out of 4, 2 of them are males, and out of 4, 2 of them are going to be females. So 50% chance is there for a male to be born, 50% chance is there for a female to be born. You have to understand it. And who is responsible for the sex of the child? It is the male. Why? Because they are producing 2 types of gametes. Now, what type of gamete comes and fuses will determine the sex of the child. Even though it is not very much good to say that anyone is responsible for the sex of the child, it naturally happens. But yes, if at all considering the genetic makeup, it will be definitely males. If you have got a question, listen to me carefully, okay? Ma'am, this answer in chapter with diagram. Yes. So, my dear children, if at all you're getting a question, a couple had a female child in the first birth. The second child will be a male or a female. Tell the answer. The couple had a female child. The next child will be a female or the male. Tell the answer. What do you think will be the answer for this question? What do you think is the answer for this question? Yes, Vikas. I remember. If a parent had, for the first time, it's a female child, the next child will be a male or a female. That is the question. Tell me the answer. Arey, batao. Can't define. Exactly. Can't can't say it can be a male or it can be a female. 50% chances there it can be a male, 50% chances there it can be a female. So we cannot decide that. So if at all you get a question like that, tell we do not know. There will be option like that also. So some people say it's a male this time, next time it could be a female. So there's no chance. Okay. So consider the following question. This is the last question for the day. The sex of the child is determined by what it inherits from the mother. The sex of the child is determined by what it inherits from the father. The probability of having a male child is more than that of a female child. Fourth, the sex of the child is determined at the time of fertilization when the male and the female gamete fuses to form a zygote. What do you think is the answer for this question? What do you think is the answer for this question? You have to tell which of these statements are correct. Okay, which of the statements are correct? Batao. So my dear children, if at all you are liking this session, first thing that you need to do is subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet, and please share it with your friends. And for the next live, which is going to happen at 4 o'clock, be there. Sonu sir will be taking up the live for mathematics. So all your mathematics related doubts are going to be crystal clear with that. Yes? Now solve this question first. Come on, come on, come on. Kusuma says the answer for this question is 3. As in C? As in C is what do you mean? Sorry, B. Okay, B. Okay, let's see. Sex of the child is determined by what it inherits from the mother? No. It is determined by what it inherits from the father. I told you it can be X or Y. Right? It's totally dependent upon the father. So this statement is correct. Now the probability of having a male child is more than that of a female child. No, Baba, 50-50 chances there. So this is also wrong. Next, the sex of the child is determined at the time of fertilization. Yes. When both the gametes are going to fuse, uske pehle, can anyone say that what is the sex of the child? No. A male gamete, X gamete can come, a Y gamete can come, or an X gamete can come, an X gamete can come. We do not know. It is determined at the time of fertilization. So 2 and 4 is the correct statement, which is why B is your answer. Okay, B hai, I think. Arey wah. Vishwas, you are correct. Whatever you're thinking is B hai, my correct. Yes, exactly. Got it. B is correct. So my dear children, with that, I have completed heredity chapter, and I am pretty sure कि जितने भी questions आने हैं, ठीक है, whatever questions are gonna come with the concepts that I have taught you. I have made the mind map as well. The mind map is strictly based on what I have taught you. So go through it. एक बार अपन चलते हैं. Okay, we'll just have a quick go through of it. Basics of human genome क्या है? How many chromosomes do we have? First of all, chromosomes are the ones that carries genetic information. We have 46 in human beings, 23 in our gametes. Okay, and it undergoes meiosis, that is reductional division, to form the gametes. Now the genes, where are they located? They are on the chromosomes. And the alternative forms of genes, what do you call them? You call them as alleles. This is the basic information that we have. Second thing, sex determination. The chromosomes होते हैं, 23 pairs होते हैं. Out of that, 22 of them are autosomes, and 1 pair is the sex chromosome. Male में male में XY, and female में it is XX. Okay, 50% chance is there for a male to be born, 50% chance is there for a female to be born. Agreed? Hi, Ryder. Hi, dear. Now, over here if you go, Gregor Mendel, he was the father of genetics. What did he experiment on? He experimented on Pisum sativum or Pisum sativa. Reason? Smaller life cycle, 7 contrasting trait, or bisexual flowers. Okay, contribution, 3 laws of inheritance इन्होंने दिए थे. Gregor Mendel gave 3 laws of inheritance. He did the monohybrid cross first, where he crossed tall plants and the dwarf plants. He came up with law of dominance and law of segregation. Law of dominance says that dominant one expressed and recessive one gets unexpressed. Law of segregation says that alleles separate during what? Gamete formation. Over here you have F2 ratio, that means filial 2 ratio. Phenotypic ratio is 3:1, tallest to dwarf. Genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. ये है ratio का सब कुछ. ऐसे ही लिखना. Okay, next. You have dihybrid cross. He gave the law of independent assortment with that, which says that alleles of different traits segregate independently, or alleles of different characters, they segregate independently. F2 ratio जो है वो ये है 9:3:3:1. Yellow round, green round, yellow wrinkled, green wrinkled. So this is the ratio. 9 stands for this and everything. At the end, sexual reproduction में fusion of gametes होता है, more variation होता है, higher chances of survival is there. Chances of survival. Asexual reproduction में no gamete fusion, lesser variation in compared to sexual reproduction. Now I think whatever I have taught has been summed up over here. Okay, agreed? So please make sure you join the WhatsApp channel for getting the PDF if at all you want the PDF. And ma'am, which chapter, ma'am ji? Crystal clear. So dear Vishwas, sorry Vikas, I always call you Vishwas, I don't know why. So Vikas, the live that you're going to have is pair of linear equations in 2 variables. It is going to happen at 4 o'clock and that is going to be done by what do you call, Sonu sir. Okay, ma'am, I want to take bio, I hope you're saying biology in my intermediate. What's your suggestion, ma'am? So if at all you are interested in, what do you say, biology, physics and chemistry, if at all you are interested in going ahead with any medical field such as MBBS and things like that, you can go ahead. Otherwise, you may have, if you're very interested in biology, you can have biology as well as mathematics both for having a safer option. That is what I will be suggesting you. I know it's going to be a bit tough, but that's what I'm trying to say. Because my dear children, sometimes you know what happens is that after a point of time, if at all you're very much what do you call, patient about your MBBS journey or things like that, it becomes difficult for you to manage it, which is why I'm telling you, if at all you're very confident that I want to go ahead with MBBS, or you have your what do you call, thing being very defined that I want to do pharmacy, this is my thing that I would definitely do, then go ahead if you have that passion within you. If not, please have mathematics as well as a sub-subject. That is what I would recommend you. So, okay, you're asking about, my goal is to become a doctor. If you're very passionate, please go ahead with biology. Okay? Maths is the hardest subject. It is going to be made easier by Sonu sir, and Vikas is asking bio next class in the channel. Bio next class in the channel, I'll update you shortly. As of now, even I'm not sure. But for the science subject, my dear children, you would be having it really quick. You have chemistry lecture tomorrow. You would be having chemistry lecture tomorrow. Mine is biology. Biology, I'll tell you how it works. I'll probably put down in the comment section that when is my next class. But I hope this was helpful for you. Yes. So my dear children, whoever attended this live, no Didi, math is easy subject because simple for me. Okay. So my dear children, I think I will wrap up today's session. How do you feel? Was it helpful, or do you think we should be not focused on mind map as of now and we should do more of the questions? What do you think? Or is it okay if at all we are clearing concepts as well as solving questions? Because I see whenever concepts are being taught, you guys are a little bit less interested. Little bit. So that is why I'm kind of confused. Can you give me an insight on that? Is it working well, or you want concepts plus questions, or just questions? Oh, Kusuma, I'm dependent on you. That's so sweet of you. So concepts plus questions or just questions? How does it work? Can you please let me know that as well? And I hope this session was helpful. I tried my best to explain it really well. Ma'am, your explanation is very, very best. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. You guys are also so sweet. And yeah. So I think I'll end up the live for now. We will meet again really soon. Be there at 4 o'clock. Maths will be super easy for you then. Yes. So wishing you all the best, my dear children. See you really, really soon. And as I said, if at all you have not hit the like button, click on that. Share it with your friends also who need complete explanation about genetics. Okay? Chalo. Then bye-bye. Take care. See you really, really soon. Ma'am, it's lovely. Okay, so then explanation plus questions only, no? So, okay, clear. Hi, Shailendra. Hi, dear. So, my live is ended, but you can definitely go through the recorded video. I mean, the recorded session, live has been recorded. You can watch it. It is definitely going to help you well. Okay? Chalo. Then I am leaving for today. Goodbye to all of you. Lots of love. Thank you so much. And see you really, really soon. Bye-bye. and a very happy Christmas in advance. So bye.